Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just shooting this quick video and welcome to the channel. My name is Justin. This is Fast Entrepreneur. And today I want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about quantum computers. Yeah, what is quantum computing? And specifically, I want to talk about how this may or may not impact blockchains, cryptography, things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the cryptocurrencies. Is quantum computing something that we should be aware of and pay attention to? Let's get into it, folks. So, this is just going to be kind of a fun little video. It's something that I think is on my radar, but not something that I'm going to be too worried about in the immediate future. As you know, on this channel, we talk a lot about cryptocurrency. We talk a lot about how to get gains, make some money during this bull run cycle, which we are in the midst of currently. So I don't think that this quantum computing issue is something that I'm going to be focusing on too heavily or thinking too much about, say, this cycle or in the next few months or years. Well, possibly in the next few years, but we'll see. But let's talk about what is quantum computing. So up to this point, all the computers and all the networks and everywhere that you see, they're what we call classical computers. And classical computers, they deal with bits, right? You either have a 0 or you have a 1. And it's a circuit. A lot of these are silicone chips. And, we've been dealing with this era for quite some time, for decades. And, we've seen Moore's Law and computing power getting faster and faster. It's been quite a remarkable feat. But what happens if you have a completely new era, a new epoch, if you will? And this may be quantum computing. And I remember not too long ago, reading that companies like Google had, claimed quantum supremacy, a quantum computer. So what is a quantum computer and why could this be a major game changer moving forward? Well, quantum computing doesn't deal with, electrical circuit zeros and ones. It deals with these things called qubits. And qubits don't just take on, two states, a 0 or a 1. They can be, you can take on multiple states, multiple positions. And by leveraging that, I mean, you just, the amount of computing capacity that can be done can be phenomenal and increase, near exponentially in this case. So right now, it seems like it depends on the number of qubits that your machine has. And there's also limitations, right? I mean, there's limitations on how many qubits and how stable these environments can be and all that. But right now, it doesn't seem to me that the amount of qubits that are in some of the machines that I have seen are anywhere near perhaps the amount of qubits that might be needed to totally impact major blockchains, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, etc. But what happens as we move forward in the future, and how long will this be? Will it be months, years, decades, until we might get to a place where we have a quantum computer that is absolutely so powerful? And again, they might exist now. They might be governments or military, may have these. But in terms of commercially available, what happens when if we get to that time period, and what happens? And specifically, it seems like, let's use Bitcoin, for example, the security of a network. So Bitcoin, uses a specific hashing function. But what happens if, right now the Bitcoin network is so secure because they say it would take, thousands and thousands of years, if you were to try and guess, say, someone's private keys, and so even the best computers, this is a very secure network. But what happens if these computers can do these calculations that normally would have occurred, taken thousands of years, but you can now do them in seconds or even minutes? Then this may change the game. And I don't have an answer. I really don't know. Can we simply update hashing functions and make them more secure? Or will this usher in something completely new in the quantum era? Will blockchains still survive? Will there be a new technology that is even built upon or improved? I don't know. I don't know if we know yet. But it's something, it's very, very interesting. And so anyways, I mean, I share this because I think in the long term, it's something to have on the radar. But in the short term, I don't see this really affecting much. I don't see that this is something that's going to be around, at least during this cycle, that's going to make any major impact. Because I think in order to impact prices, you have to impact not only a lot of people, a lot of minds, but you also have to impact a lot of people, and especially institutions with significant amount of money, so that they would change their behaviors. And I just don't know if we're quite there yet. I think we're in the very early ages of blockchain as we speak. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how Ethereum might be able to upgrade to 2.0, which hopefully will make transactions much cheaper. I know everybody's waiting for that. And also just faster and much more easier to use, and hopefully we'll really grow that ecosystem. But in the meantime, we are in the early days, and this is where we're at. But every once in a while I like to take a step back, and I like to think about, well, what is this? What is going on? I mean, what might happen in 5 or 10 years in this space, just so it's on the radar. And as we get closer to those time periods, then we'll have to reassess, and maybe there'll be something else on the radar to pay more attention to. I don't think that Bitcoin blockchains are the end all be all. I think that this is certainly very transformative, probably one of the most transformative technologies within our lifetimes. But, we'll have to see how this plays out. So anyways, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I'd like to hear what you all think. Is quantum computing, is this a possible threat? Could this end Bitcoin as we know it at some point? If so, why and when? How soon do you think that these things might occur? Put your comments below. I'd love to, share some links, share some evidence, share some charts, whatever you want, some pictures, some memes, make it fun. But, that way we can kind of grasp, get our heads around this and have an idea of what to look forward to and how to prepare. So anyways, guys and gals and dogs and cats and whoever else might be watching, hope you have a wonderful day. Get outside, take a walk if you can. It's a beautiful day. It looks like the snow is melting, and springtime is on its way. So until next time, folks, I'm Justin, Fast Entrepreneur. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Peace.